Hello, this is AD with kayxztarot, and I'm going to be doing a pick a card singles reading for 2020, guys. So if you've been following me, you know I don't typically do these, but you know I'm ready for something saucy in 2020. Yeah, bitch been single for a minute, and I just wanted to see what was going on. And so I figured if I want to see what's going on, why not see what everything has going on, guys? So thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for clicking this video. Welcome back if you're old. Welcome if you are new. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, and also check out the description box below on information how to book a personal reading with me, guys. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get into pile number uno, pile number one. Okay, so if you're just joining us, thank you so much. Welcome back to the channel if you're old. Welcome if you're new. We are so happy to have you here as we grow and expand. Please check out that description box below and information on how to book a personal reading with me. Follow me on Instagram if that interests you, you know what I'm saying? And let's get into it. So the way that I have this deck, the way that I've done this is pretty in-depth. Like, I wanted to get all the nitty-gritty. So I'm going to start off with zodiac signs. Do not be tied to the zodiac signs that present themselves. Could they very much be the ones that you're going to end up with? Yes. Could it just be more along the lines of this person exhibits these personality types? Yes. So do not get so tied to the signs itself. I pulled enough, so it should be a pretty big array. And then we're going to look at the dark side of this person. We're going to look at the light side of this person. We're going to look at possible looks for this person. And yeah, just some friendly oracle cards. So let's get into it. All right, let's see what we're dealing with. So for our singles for 2020, we are looking at, off the rip, we have here Mercury. So it could be Gemini or Virgo energy, Pluto, Scorpio, Aquarius, Scorpio, Venus, all right, Libra, Gemini, or Libra, sorry, Taurus, okay, Moon, Pisces, and Air, okay. So this person is pretty much, what you see is what you get. They do have a lot of emotions with all this scorpionic energy here. Great communicator with Mercury. But this person is pretty much through and through who they are. I would say that this person here with the Aquarius card and this Pluto energy, so a lot of fixed energy here. This person is very stubborn. But they're extremely thoughtful. They like entertaining thoughts. They like education. They like learning new things. They like talking to different people. They genuinely like spreading their way of thinking too. So this person could have some like missionary qualities about them. Like they could be highly spiritual or just very into what they're into, and they like talking about what it is that they're into. And this person could be into a variety of different things with all this Plutonian energy here. They could be very much in the occult. They could be a spiritual person. They could have some obsession with death or darkness. All right. This person is probably very fond of the color black or dark grays, blues. This is kind of what I'm getting. And they have a very kind of cool mystery about them. I like this. I like this energy. Because it's very diverse. This person is extremely complex. They have a lot of feelings. Could be extremely creative in how they go about communicating those. So this person could be an artist of all kinds, of any sorts. I assume that this person is probably multi-talented. Either they're like a super artist where they can do anything, like they paint, they draw, they sing, or they're somebody who is very, very good with figures and numbers. I don't see that this person is in between. Whatever either they're extremely right brain or they're extremely left brain. But whatever brain they're situated with, they are extremely talented in it and excel a lot. I do say with this Venus here, this person is good looking, that you would find them attractive. They make sure to keep up with their appearances. And if they're even not a typical attractive person with this Aquarian energy, if they're like a little bit offbeat, attractive, they take care of themselves. They make sure to dress nicely. They make sure to present the best self that they can, and that means a lot for them. They're very big on their comfort in their home, okay? And they like nice things, especially with this Taurus energy here. They like nice things. They like to be surrounded by nice things. They are very, I just heard they're bougie, like they're an extremely bougie person. They do not get down with like the brand names and all the other stuff. Like they will make sure to spend the money for the nicer quality things. Like that's just who they are. And the cool thing about this person is it goes vice versa. Like they don't like to see their lover, their significant other in anything less than, you know what I'm saying, top notch. And so they're very much a giving person. When it comes to finances with this Taurus energy, I'm sensing that this person has ups and downs with their finances because they spend that way, and they do have issues with like downsizing, if that makes sense. Like this isn't the type of person to be like, if they hit financially hard times, it would take them a while for them to adjust their spending habits, if that makes sense. Like this person would have a very difficult time going into retirement and going into a fixed income, just because they very much pride themselves on what they have. And it's not necessarily in a materialistic thing. It's just like if they believe if they're here on earth, then they should be able to enjoy the earthly things, you know. And because they work very hard and they're very disciplined in what it is that they do find success. So money isn't an issue for this person, but when it does become an issue, you're going to be like, why are you still spending X amount of money for this? Like, we can't afford it. And they'll be like, you know, so that there could be some contention there, but it genuinely comes from just a good place. And when they have financial downs, they don't stay down for long. This person refuses to stay down for long. Extremely fixed energy. This is so funny. You have Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus, all fixed signs. That's why I'm like, this person is what you see is what you get. They are not changing for shiz. The interesting thing about this person, again, is that they have so many different facets to them, okay? So with this Scorpio Aquarius energy, like I said, they can very much be they're very like, they have that and possess a lot of emotions, but they're not one to super show them. And I like that the air is here. So air is probably like a really dominant part of their chart, air and Mercury. So this person is extremely logical, but they do experience very intense desires. They don't like to show it though. They're extremely passionate, but they're very much keep their feelings a mystery. They'll talk about anything. They could talk about anything. Ask them how this person is doing, like how they're feeling. They will be like, they'll clam up. They'll be like, can we talk about anything else? I do not want to have that discussion right now. And yeah, they don't like talking about their emotions. They feel like emotions can be distracting to their goals because they're so goal oriented. They do feel like emotions are just kind of, they should be channeled into other things, especially with this Pisces and this moon energy. They just feel like they would rather express their emotions in a different way. They don't think that it's appropriate to like have outbursts. They think that that's so inappropriate to just have an outburst. They're like, why wouldn't you go do something else? Like paint. I would rather paint my frustrations out than express my frustrations. And so that's kind of who this person is, but they're a great communicator. And again, they just love communicating. They love talking. This person is full of energy when they're full of energy. But when this person, again, is down, then they're down. Loyalty. This person is so loyal. You do not have to worry about them leaving your side. But you will have to worry about them being flirty. This person is quite a flirty individual. Because they're such a great communicator, they can, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you'll be like, what did you just say? But it's just who this person is. They just are a flirty, fun person. And sometimes people will be flirting with them and they don't recognize it. They just like the conversation. They just want to keep the conversation going. So that would probably be like the, who are you talking to? Who was that, bitch? You know, like that might be some contingency that you have. But for the most part, I'm really seeing quite a beautiful loyalty that this person has and just an appreciation for beauty. I'm trying to see if I can get anything else. The mom might be significant to this person. I feel like it's on the lighter end. Well, of course, look into the dark side, but I am getting positive energies from like the mother energy. They care about mothers. They want children. They want a mother. This person is just very much, they're an old soul. They're an old soul and they're developed. They think about the world in a completely different way than most people do, just because they've collected a lot of experiences through lifetimes and through this lifetime that they've been in. This person probably, if they don't travel a lot, they research a lot. They just gather as much information as they can. This person might not be super traveled, but they know a lot about a lot of different things, because when it comes to putting in research and all of that other stuff, they're down diggity. Again, very strong Scorpio energy. And so they could be very, even when you think that this person isn't listening, they're listening. This person's very good at finding information. You can't lie to this person. Don't do it. If you know that you like to leave a little bit of information out here and there, you know what I'm saying? You might not be a liar, but you might be a truther either. This person is the type to dig and investigate. So in fact, they might work in like investigative work, journalism, police officer, something where they have to gather information, collect information, and spread it. They're really good at that. And on the other end of it, they're really good at keeping secrets too. So you just have to be aware of this person. They can have a little bit of a sneaky bit of an energy to them, but it's not necessarily sneaky. It's just like, if you ask this person, they'll just be like, it was none of their business. Like, it was none of your business. It was none of anybody's business. It was my business. But they'll look into your business. I'm telling you, like, that's just how this person is. They're very guarded with their information, like how they are. But they're so expressive. It's so funny, but they're so expressive that like a lot of people don't realize that, like, you ask them, like, this is the type of person that, like, by the end of the 30 minutes of you talking to them, they will have everything but your social security by the end of the conversation, and you will know nothing about them, okay? And it's just because they're just a great communicator and they're great at getting information. So this type of person, while you're dating, they're going to ask you a lot of questions. And they're going to ask kind of weird questions, but they have a purpose for why they ask the certain questions that they do. Now, I do want to get into this Aquarius and air Mercury thing, because when it comes to like all the emotions, kind of what we were speaking about earlier, this person is... their issue might be really opening up on that emotional deep level. It's just one of those things that you just have to trust that they have it. This person is not going to be the constant like, oh babe, you look amazing, or like, they're not the most romantic person on the planet, but they do give gifts. So you just have to trust that like the love is there, because you're not going to get constant confirmation. They just don't believe in that. They don't like the mushy gushy. They don't like overly like displays of affection. Like, I'm not saying that this person is opposed to like holding your hand, because this person is a super sensual with the Venus and the Taurus and Scorpio. So let me tell you, sex is not going to be an issue. All right, getting it hit up is not going to be an issue. But as far as like some of those romantic Ryan Goslings, I'm coming and running through the storm and we're making out in the rain, absolutely not. They have no desire for anything like that. They're just not the type. They would rather, you know, take you in the bathroom and beat it up from the back, period, than like sit and have a romantic dinner. But they will, if that's what you want, but you have to tell them. That's not how they're naturally programmed. So yeah, so I can also see like, yeah, just be aware that this person might come off very cold and aloof. I'm honestly getting that this is probably like a Scorpio sun with like an Aquarius Venus is kind of what I'm getting, which is why it's so like different, because like they like possession in a relationship. Like, they're very much with all the Scorpio energy, it's just like once they've decided on somebody, they're not going anywhere. But at the same time, they do like their freedom, and so at times they can kind of be hot cold, but they run hotter than they do cold. But those cold moments do happen because they have to feel the illusion of freedom with the Aquarius and all the air signs. So so I'm imagining if you're watching this and this is the person that you're going to end up with and end in some sort of long-term relationship with, you probably exhibit a lot of these qualities too. This shouldn't scare you. In fact, you should find this to be somewhat of a relief, because I'm assuming that if this is a partner that you have, and granted, I'm not labeling what this relationship is, but if this is a partner that you have and you want to build with, you probably have like Gemini in your chart, Gemini Venus, Gemini Mars, where you also need your own freedom, and you're not necessarily the most mushy-gushy person either. But the intensity is there. This person is very sensitive with the Pisces and Moon cards. So sometimes and I'm picturing this too, like if there are arguments, and there will be arguments, if you guys clash heads, the issue with this person is like they might come off a lot cooler than they were. Like they were super affected by the words, but they might not respond like they were. They might just keep it, you know, in them until like way later, till they're like, you know, it really hurt me that you said that, or till they get out of their situation themselves. I do picture that this person is very much a lone ranger when it comes to their emotions. They probably had some sort of childhood where they had to figure out things on their own, just because I get such a strong independent feeling from this person. So excuse me, I'm just trying to get anything else. This person, yeah, this person is very much me against the world. And so that's why when they enter into relationships in Scorpio, Pluto, it's very intense. Because if they do open up to you, then they expect that you're not going anywhere. Yeah. Trying to see. I think that's it as far as like the overall personality of this person. Very complex. Very, very complex. Very deep. Very dark kind of energy, but in a very sexual, sensual way, sexy way, sensual way. Yeah, but just be prepared that sometimes when this person is on BS and they get into their little opinions or whatever, they're not going to come off of it. Like, this is the type of person, like, when you get into an argument, you got to stop talking to them. Like, you got to be like, you know what, I'm going home. I'm not talking to you for a couple days because you are on your horse and I'm about to go left. Like, I can't deal with it because this person is just so stubborn. They just are. And they refuse to back down. This person could be a lawyer too. But yeah, very sweet. Very, very sweet and very, very loyal. Although flirty. Although a little flirty. You know what I'm saying? They do go out. When they're out with the boys or the girls, they are talking to people. Like, do not get it twisted. But it's just because this person is such like, they just like meeting people. They like talking to people, you know. And they're just good at flirting. So. So that's what I got for you as far as personality. So we're going to look at the highlights of this person. I'd say highlights as in like the conscious, the subconscious, the more the positive sides. And then we're going to look at the lowlights, which is just like some of those low vibration energies. All right, highlights. 8 of Cups, the Magician, the 10 of Wands. I love this. The Temperance card and the 10 of Pentacles. This goes back to that Taurus energy that I was speaking of. So they probably have some dominant, maybe even Taurus Mars or something like that. Or Capricorn in their Capricorn in like their Jupiter, or Capricorn and Saturn. Like, they just have very significant earth placements where it comes to work. And so they do work very hard. This person has overcome a lot with the 8 of Cups to the Magician card and the 10 of Wands. I'm seeing that this person has overcome so much and they've become so at peace. It's a very spiritual individual, but it's just because they've been dragged through the ringer. Like, when you talk to them about their childhood, when you talk to them about their past relationships, their relationship with their mother, their father, you're going to be blown away by what they had to overcome. And they have overcome it to the best of their abilities. And even though they don't like to talk about it per se, they're not the super one to talk about it. And when they do talk about it, it's in a very straightforward manner. Like, they're like, I went through this. I was that way. I was this way. You're going to be like, wow, I can't believe you went through it. And they're just like, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. They're very much at peace with those. I'm curious to see we're going to look at the dark side of this person. But just know that this person, again, commitment is so big for them. Like, this fixed energy. They're so fixed and fixated on situations. They do not take commitments lightly. They just don't. And so, like, this is somebody, like, you're going to have to pry them away from you by the time it's all said and done. Because, and again, with the cards the way that it's come out, and we'll look at the darker energies, but they might have a sense of abandonment issues or something. And so, like, when they do open up to a person, they genuinely expect that person to stick around, because it takes so much for them to open up to a person. So they think that you're extremely special, and you have to know that. It's more so friendship first and then relationship second. But because they have so much sexual desire and passion, you know what I'm saying, you don't even have to worry about the friendship part. You know, it truly is friends with benefits for them. All right, I just love that this Temperance card is here. So Jupiter, Sagittarius, expansion. Again, I'm getting, it either goes either way. Either this person has not traveled very much at all, and but they've done a lot of research, so they know a lot of things about a lot, or they are very well traveled, okay? Like they're constantly going to different trips. And the Magician card here with this Aries energy, they have a lot of manifestation power. Again, when this person sets their mind to something, they're just going to do it. They set their mind to self-improvement, so they've self-improved. When they set their mind to making money, they make the money. I just imagine this person has a very great earth placement somewhere that just gets them, that they have a they're very goal oriented, and they do not back down once they set their mind to something. And it's so beautiful because it really does pay off. And again, they're very generous. They're very generous about what they have because, again, they don't have a lot to give to. I wouldn't say that you're this only person's friend. Like, this person has friends and everything else. Like I said, they meet a lot of people. But as far as like people who truly know them, they don't have a lot. And for some of them, again, they don't even have a family for real. So when they have come into all this abundance, they do want to share it. They think that it's important to share. And I'm being, again, drawn to the Aquarius energy here. They're very philanthropic, and they want the world to be a better place. Like, they don't want the life that they had to grow up into to be everybody else's story. So they're very charitable. They genuinely have like big ideas for the future, and they want people to be happier. I do want to say, I'm being pulled back into the Scorpio energy. This person can come off as self-centered just because they're very much a survivor. They've had to overcome a lot of adversities, a lot of trials and tribulations. So sometimes they can be very self first and then view the world as if they've like been like a wounded puppy. And so sometimes that can cause a bit of friction and issues. Again, you just have to be patient with this person. The best thing that you can do is let them figure it out logically for themselves, because they're always going to be slightly detached from their emotions, even though they experience very extreme emotions. But again, if this is like a soulmate twin flame, then you can probably relate to that because you're like that too, to an extent. So it's just going to require patience, but this person is really patient with other people. Like, it's pretty interesting. Let's look into the darker energies. So, yep, we have the Five of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Father of Air, the Ace of Pentacles, the Justice card, and the Nine of Wands. So, yeah, this very much just buckles down what I was saying. Particularly if they had issues, they might be, again, very, very close to their mother and like damn near hate their father. They've experienced a lot of disappointment. They could have even come from an abusive household where there was a lot of turmoil where they grew up, and so they made it a promise to not be who they were derived from, particularly from the masculine energy with this Father of Swords here. But again, it's really interesting because they're a lot more similar to their father than they give themselves credit for, because with the Father of Swords here, this is Aquarian energy too. So it's something that they're fighting against, but they also become, and it's really has to do with that coldness that comes to opening up. So this person could take a while to come around emotionally. Like, they'll be there physically, they'll give you the presents, they'll give you all of this other stuff, but before you feel like that emotional warmth that they have, and they do have it, it might take a little bit of time because they've held on to some conflict. And they've had a lot of conflict in love and backstabbing, cheating, betrayal. All right. Sometimes they were the cheater. Sometimes they were the cheaty. I will say that. Like, I don't know if they're still in that vibration, but because they admire freedom so much, it has caused issues in their past relationships. But I do feel like they set out with the best intentions, and then things end up happening and causes conflict and heartbreak. So this person, again, just takes it takes a lot for them to open up. But because they like you so much and they're so into this relationship, they do want to try. They do want to offer a new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles and the Justice card here. All right, because this particular combination came up in like the lower energies, they might be involved in some sort of financial lawsuit. Currently when you meet them, again, I'm getting lawyer energy, or they might have received some sort of lump sum of money at some point. But also with the Justice card being here, again, this has to do with Libra Venus. I'm still getting that they might be very flirty. Like, this person might be very flirty. I don't want to make it seem like this person's just going to be all out in the streets, like sleeping with everything with legs, because it's not that. It's just that this person is just like, they like to be around people, you know, they like what they like, you know, and so sometimes that can cause some sort of issue, but it just has to do also with where they come from. They do have a fear of like one foot out the door at all times. just to have an escape plan, but they do work themselves out of it. They do crave stability. This is just their subconscious mind, you know. But with Temperance being in the above mind, they've really learned how to balance all these things, but these are just issues that they still have to wrestle with, okay? And then to end it with the Nine of Wands, which I absolutely adore. This person has been moving towards, like moving on up towards some sense of enlightenment. So they're still fighting. They're just very guarded. So there's a level of patience that will have to be required with this person, simply because this person has really had quite the childhood, had quite the traumas. And if it wasn't childhood, then in their past relationships, they've really had to bite a couple of bullets. Do you know what I'm saying? They've been done quite dirty with circumstances that were out of their control. And so it might creep up in their romantic life. But again, they've done a lot of spiritual work in order to get that. They know that. They know all of this. They're mature enough to be able to be like, look, I know I have some issues and I'm working on them. But they do have major trust issues. And I'm also being drawn to the Father of Swords too. This person, they have trust issues, and so... And with the Scorpio energy, please be prepared that this person is going to, I don't think that they're the type to like look through your phone or any of that, but they're going to be very attentive to what it is that you're doing. Like, they won't look through your phone, but if you don't respond back to their messages in 2 hours, then expect them to be at your house and be like, what are you doing? Expect them to like pop up. Like, they're not afraid to be like, so I called you at 1:48, it is now 2:48, and I'm just wondering, are you alive? Like, what's happening? They will kind of walk you like a hawk, but it's a very protective energy. It's not necessarily like, oh my God, are you cheating on me? Are you cheating on me? It's just because of what's happened in the past, and they care so much about what they have. Again, Scorpio energy, it can be very kind of constricting in a way, just because they're so protective and they want to make sure that you're okay. So they take it very seriously if anything happens that's not in the routine. So you just have to be careful, like, especially when you're out with other people and they know that you're with your girls. They're going to be like, yo. They're going to try their best to stay cool, but just remember to like tell this person that you're still alive, that you're still in pocket, because they will watch like a hawk. Like, they will. Like, this will be a person that you have to share your location with. Yeah. It just depends on what it is that you look for. Like, some people probably heard that and was just like, oh, that's bad. It's not abusive. It's not like scary. It's just everybody has their isms. This person likes to know where you are. This person likes to know what you're doing and who you're with, just in case some shiz pops off. They want to be in the cut, like, boom. Like, who are you messing with? It's really more of a protective energy. I do want to stress that. But yeah, and I also want to say too, I'm drawn to this person, even though they work very hard, when they go through those lulls that I was talking about earlier, like when they have to spend money tends to like come to this person. And so sometimes they might come off as lazy to you, because where you would be working, they were chilling. They're just like, it's just going to come from the sky. Like, it's just going to come. You're like, nothing comes from the sky. Money doesn't grow on trees. But with this person, it does. Like, they go through lulls, and then all of a sudden they get a really nice job opportunity. Like, this person doesn't have to work for things that people have to typically work for. Like, they're very blessed, and because of that, they can come off as lazy, but it does work out for them. It always has, and it always will. Like, they've never been wrong with this Justice card and the Ace of Pentacles. Like, they're never without. They hit lows, trust me, they hit lows, but they don't stay down for long. And this person is very much a fighter. They very much do not give up on anything or anyone, which is a beautiful energy here with the Knight of Wands. All right, so now I'm going to pull this is the animal card, the animal spirit. All right, so they got giraffe, visionary, rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You're able to see the right path, stand tall in your self-worth, and love with a big heart. I love this. So this person could easily be tall. They could be stately. They could be abnormally tall. Or just a lot taller than you are. But this person has big visions, of course, like I said, with the Aquarian energy there. They do have again, rising above earthly matters. They've had to rise above a lot of turmoil and shizness in order to get to the situation that they're in. And they do glide through life with grace. So this person could be a dancer or just a very smooth person, again, with that Venus energy. They're just very smooth. And they have a lot of self-worth, and they do love with a big heart. They're very, very giving. This person is one of the most giving, caring person that you'll ever come into contact with. They just have their isms. They just have their isms, all right? So we're going to look to see some possible looks that they could look like. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. So they could look younger than they actually are. I feel like they just have a youthful energy. I imagine that this person has probably spent quite some time in the sun. So they're a darker tone, and if they're white, they can be white, but they're more of the olive tone, like the Southern European or the Balkans or something like that. Like they're a darker tone. Hair is probably a big thing for this person. So they have longer hair, regardless if they're a male or a woman. They care about their hair. Again, with the Ace of Swords here, I am seeing that they're very tall, they're erect. They have a very this person is unconventionally good looking. Like they're good looking, they have something about them where you're like, cool, but like they look different. They stand out in a crowd, and it could be because of their height, it could be because of the clothes that they wear, but they stand out. Like people are drawn to them. I am also getting with this Eight of Wands here, I'm getting here that this person probably has like scars and cuts. Maybe they had an issue in the past with self-harm. So I would not be surprised if you just find like scars all over them, or even from abuse. And I'm saying this really lightly, but this is the type of issues that this person dealt with. But I'm imagining that they have a lot of like short scars everywhere, or just a few places where either they inflicted on themselves or were inflicted by an abusive parent. Yeah, this person is probably, I'm imagining that this person is probably on the skinnier side, kind of tall and lanky. They can be a little bit robust, but I'm not getting that energy. I'm getting that this person is probably a little bit skinny, a skinny mini. Hardy though, thick, thick, like dense. Like when you pick them, like if you were to pick them up, you're like, you're a lot heavier than you look. But for the most part, they carry their weight very, very, very well, no matter what weight they are. But I also feel like this person has like a baby face syndrome, like where they can't look past a certain age. With the Knight of Pentacles to the Page of Wands, they just have such a youthful energy about them. And if you're dealing with a female, if you're watching this and you're a male and you're dealing with the feminine energy, she's very curvaceous. Like she is, if it's a guy, they're very skinny. If it's a girl, she's very curvy with the Empress here, and very probably hips. And she might be one of those people who's like hip central because she just looks fertile. Like you just want to put a child in her. Like I just want you to have my children. I just want you to have my babies. And so, yeah, so that's what I got for looks. And again, this is for fun. So please just be open. But yeah, I do see one of the biggest signifiers or whatever is going to be a lot of little scars, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not sure if you've seen anybody, God forbid, who's cut themselves and all the other stuff. It's like a lot of like little slashes and all the other stuff, and it could be anywhere. So just, that would be the biggest indicator. And again, it'll have to do with something from their childhood. Yeah. Okay. So the oracle cards we got, this could be the one. I love it. And heart-to-heart conversations. So for some of you, you might already know this individual and it might come together. But like I said, this honestly discuss your feelings with each other. That's what this is, like what I've been saying. Like this person, like you might be like a conversation away. And if you don't know this person, I just saw 333 when I looked up. But if you don't know this person, it's just like the conversations that you have when they actually do open up are going to be so, I don't want to say few and far between, but few and far between. Like they're just, when you finally open up to this person, you're going to cherish it, because when they finally let you know how they feel, when they're like, listen, like I love you, like it's hard for me to love, because they do get it out eventually, but it's just going to really make some type of sense. And again, this could be the one. So this very much has the opportunity to be the person that you end up with for a significant amount of time. You guys both have a lot to learn. I'm imagining if you yourself have had a rough childhood and it's closed you off from love and like all the other stuff. This person's the same way, but again, the energy that you guys share and the commonality that you have with this heart-to-heart conversations, you have so much in common about how you've come to be, that there's a level of understanding there that makes this feeling very comfortable. And I don't know if you've had this type of feeling with anyone else, and vice versa. I don't think that they felt this way for anyone else too, which is why they want to work so hard again to come into balance and release some of this tension that they've had growing up. They just want something new. They want to try something different, and they want to try something different with you. So I would just expect, you know, a lot of communication from this person. This person is going to be the type to be like, hey, hey, hey. You don't have to worry about them ghosting you. This is not the ghosting type individual. If you've had an issue with that, this person will be very much on your ass. If you are a woman and you're used to dealing with men who do not come for you and do not speak, that this person is going to be very much like, like, you could probably spend days on end just talking to this person and be like, it's Friday and I've accomplished nothing because I've been talking to you because you're so distracting. And again, it's because this person has such a big heart. They're such a big energy. They're such a big person. And they just really want to share it with somebody. They do. They really want to share their affection with someone. And you seem like a perfect candidate. So that is what I got. Oh, one more card. Sorry. Oh my God. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious. This is so cute. I love it. This person is for you. Like, this person is really, 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 really is for you. Yeah, there's really nothing more to say. I just feel like this is your type. Again, there's something unconventional about this person. There's something unconventional about the relationship. So just be open to whatever it is that's going to come, because this person is so full of ideas and so full of energy that they're going to make you very happy. You're never going to be bored with this person. Trust me. It's not going to be a boring relationship. They won't stand for it. But yeah, that is what I got for you, pal number one. Thank you so much for tuning in. And please don't forget to check out the description box below. Typically, I don't do pick a cards. I really do like monthlies. So if you're interested in monthlies like Zodiac readings, then please hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. And yeah, that's what I got for you. Congratulations. You are headed for a fun 2020, and you might even be, and I just heard 2021, so you might even marry this person by 2021, because this person isn't going to take much time. They don't find relationships easy to come by. They really don't. And so once they click with you, then you guys just run, because they're like, listen here, I told you my deepest, darkest secrets. You're not going anywhere. Gotta love it. So that's what I got for you. And thank you so much. Peace until next time. All right. So we are moving and grooving into pile number 2. So this is if you pick pile number 2. I just revealed. So we saw the owl at the bottom of the deck. Surprise is over. And so basically, what I want to say about this is, like, I have a few different decks pulled for a few different energies. I'm looking at the personality of this person, the dark side of this person, the light side of this person, possibly some indications of what they could look like, their spirit animal, and just some oracle cards. So I just wanted to make this very, very open and fluid. You know what I'm saying? I do find these love pick a cards to be a lot of fun, but they are for entertainment. So please do not get tied to these signs specifically. Don't get tied to anything in this reading. This is for fun. If it matches up, great. Let me know in the comment section. If it doesn't, then that's fine too. Like, that's fine too. So without any further ado, let's get into the energies. All right. So we're pulling from the Zodiac. All right. First card we have is Virgo, Leo, Mars, Neptune, Saturn, Sagittarius, Cancer, water, I hold up, so now water, excuse me, and Aries. All right. A lot of fire energy, a lot of fire. They might not be, so this is going to be like a look into the entire chart. So I'm looking at the personality as a whole. So that's why I'm saying do not get tied to the sign specifically. But yeah, this person has a lot of fire with the Mars, Leo, and Aries energy here. So they might be an Aries dominant or a Mars dominant type person. Let's see where to start. So Virgo was the first card that came up, and so that's what I'm imagining. I'm imagining that this person probably comes off a lot. They're very work-oriented with Saturn here. They might even be older. There's discipline required here, so maybe they could be a part of the military or something, or they have a really structured job, because this person craves structure and likes patterns and everything with this earth energy here, Virgo, Saturn. But at the same time, they love to have fun. They have to have fun, and they really don't like being told what to do, which is pretty interesting. So when you meet this person, they could be like a higher up, they could be a boss, or just have like a very job that you would listen to, and you're just like, oh my gosh, that sounds like a lot of work. And they're like, it is. But on the weekends, I'm chilling, like I'm traveling, I go, I do, I have a lot of energy. This person has a lot of energy, but they also do like to work. They're very much work and play, okay? With the Leo energy here, I'm imagining, yeah, this person was probably born in August with Virgo, Leo. These are right next to each other, so they might be a Virgo, Leo cusp, which is why they're both things. Like, they are hardworking, like they're very much nitpicky, they're very critical, analytical, and all those other things, but they also like to have a banging ass party. They love to be the center of attention. They love to talk. They care very much about like their clothes. They're very... I don't know why I'm picking up on a lot of feminine energy, so perhaps a men pick this pile, and it's specifically speaking about a woman. It doesn't have to be, really doesn't have to be, but this person genuinely cares about what they look like when they walk outside. Like, you are not going to catch this person slacking by any direction. Like, if this person is having a bad day, if they're sick, they will literally cover themselves up like this before and go out to where they're completely unrecognizable. This person does not slip. At all, and they're willing to spend the money on the finer things in life. This person is also, on top of that, they might come off, I feel like people might think that this person is very shallow, and probably materialistic, just because they don't slip, and they make sure to not slip, and I think that they garner a lot of jealousy because of it. But this person is very, very sweet. I love this water and Cancer energy. They're very, very sweet and loving people, Neptune, so they could have Pisces in their chart too, but they're a big dreamer. They're so sweet. This person is so sweet. They come off very like rough around the edges, but then when you get to know them, they're just so giving and so kind, and they have so much love in their heart for people, and just generous, you know, that they're misunderstood a lot. But I feel like you get to be one of the few people who really gets to see the underbelly of this person and see how beautiful and sweet and sensitive they are. They have a huge dream. I think that this person has imagined like probably a big family of some sort. Like, they just want children. If it's not a big family, then they really, really look forward to having their child or their 1 or 2 children. Because they just want to be so nurturing, especially with this Cancerian energy. And trust me, this person might already have children, and they fight for their kids. They fight for whatever it is that they want. They do not stand for people being treated unfairly. This person is very much I don't want to say social justice warrior because it has like a negative connotation, but this person is very much like, listen, if you're not going to treat me with respect, if you're not going to treat this person with respect, then you kiss my ass and I will burn this place to the ground. And they're very much like that, and they're passionate about things and people. And I just imagine that they use this fire energy for fighting for other people. So again, they could be a lawyer of some sort, or just work in a nonprofit, or just have some sort of job where they are a champion for people that are less than, okay? Champion for people who can't champion for themselves, because it really irks this person when they are done well. And it could involve education. They could work with children too. But they really put their heart and soul into whatever their work is. And this person also brings their work home. So this person probably speaks about work a lot. About their day. Like when you ask them, how was your day at work, hon? They'll tell you. Because I don't think that this person has a whole lot of friends, and that's not a negative thing. It's just because they're misunderstood. Like this person, people are very jealous of them because they care so much about, they're just misunderstood. Like this person, when they walk into a room, people think, oh, this person thinks that they're better than everybody else, and it's really not that. It's just that like they will not accept a certain level of disrespect. Okay, now and also this person with this Aries energy and this Mars here, this person might be unaware of how they come off to people because they are very self-centered. Now, self-centered is different from selfish. This person is self-centered but selfless, okay? So, and what do I mean by that? I mean that, like, when this person is in a relationship or something, or they look at a situation, they're going to think of themselves first. So, for instance, my Venus is in Aries. This person could have a Venus in Aries too, and it's just like, if you don't text me back for whatever, I'm going to be like, you're ignoring me. All about me. You know, you're ignoring me. Why are you not paying attention to me? Why don't you care about me? It's come from a sweet place, but if you're just like, yo, like, I was in a really bad accident, I'd be like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So that's what I mean by self-centered versus selfish. This person would never take from anyone to better themselves. They don't believe in that. In fact, this person gets riled up over shiz like that. Honestly, this is so funny. This is literally me. Whoever picked this chart, you might be dating me. Congratulations. But I'm just like, this person, and I'm Mars dominant, I'm water dominant, I have Cancer Aries in my chart. That's funny. But this person is just like, they just get riled up over the craziest shiz. Like, it'll be like if they were behind somebody in line, in like a grocery line, and like the lady was just like ignoring them. They will be the type to be like, excuse me, did you not see this person standing here? Did you not see this person standing here? Where's your manager? And the person will be like, you don't have to do all that. And they're like, no, this is ridiculous. Like, they're that type. This is the short manager mom type, but for causes bigger than themselves. Okay. Now this person, I'm also getting that this person is quite moody. With this Neptune and water energy, and sometimes it is hard to read them, all right? And that's just because they can fly off the handles in 1 second, and then they can come back, and then they can be really sad, and then they can be really happy, all in the span of like 30 minutes. And it's not because this person is unhinged, it's just because they experience emotions so deeply and so quickly, and it makes them angry. Like, this person is very much an empath, but they feel the need to act on those feelings, okay? So if they sense that somebody else is sad around them, they want to make them feel better, but they will soak up those energies first and then have a burst of energy, which is really interesting, okay? This person, again, very smart, likes education, likes to learn, probably likes to travel, probably has traveled or plans on doing so, just because they like to see the world in a different way. This person has a very cool perspective on life and love and their pursuit of happiness. They seek pleasure, they seek comfort, but they also like being uncomfortable in new places so they can expand themselves and grow. I'm also hearing that this person is quite lucky with the Sagittarius here too. But yeah, they have all the fire signs. They have Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. They have all the fire, and Mars dominant, which can imply scorpionic energy too. So the intensity that this person has is very much boom. And I don't know why I'm still getting a feminine energy. So it doesn't even matter if this person is masculine or feminine. If they're masculine, then they are masculine. They're very chauvinistic and like all the other stuff. Like, they're the type to make sure that, you know, you're walking on the side of the road. Like, they care about this stuff. They're going to open the door for you. Like, they're very much like, this is what a man has to do. If it's a woman, they're very strong. They're very strong. You're not going to tell this woman what to do. Like, you can suggest what you're going to do, but you're not going to tell them what you're going to do. And that will probably be like my biggest thing. But at the same time, this person is very interesting because even though they have all this fire energy and they're bouncing off the walls with all the water too, they lack certain disciplines sometimes. Like, sometimes they don't know what they want to do. Like, they have so many ideas, they don't know where to start. They have so much passion that they can spread themselves too thin. This person has a very difficult time saying no. And because they have difficult time saying no, they create all these super high expectations for themselves, and other people create expectations for themselves, and then it ends up crashing on them and kind of burning on them. And that's, again, why they don't have a lot of friends, because they've probably had a lot of struggles with friendships in the past. I do want to say that this person is extremely critical with this Virgo and Saturn. They can be very harsh with their words. When you guys argue, or when you get into it, or when they argue with anybody, this person has a slick, do you hear me? A slick tongue. It's razor blade sharp. And they also are so analytical that they gather information, and then when they decide to cut you with it, it can hurt a lot and you will be bleeding. Especially with this Cancer energy, these crabs. So when this person is ticked off and you're on the receiving end of it, you don't want to be on the receiving end of this person's rage, because it can be very ugly. And when they want to hurt your feelings, they will hurt your feelings. They know exactly where to hit you where it hurts. And that's just, you know, it's a blessing and a curse for them. It really is a blessing and a curse. But to go back, I'm being again drawn to the Saturn, so there might be an age difference between the two of you. And it could be vice versa. This person might be younger than you, but they require somebody of an older presence because they have so much energy and they're so sure of themselves, okay? They're so sure of what they want. And even if they do have insecurities, everybody has insecurities. They're so deep down, they really don't expose those. Like, you would be one of the few people, you and like their 3 friends, or the few people who understand that these people has really deep insecurities, but they just don't function in them, okay? And so if they are younger than you, they're very, very mature, and they only date older people. They've only dated older people because nobody of their age bracket understands them. And if you're significantly older than them, then they will match you, okay? And vice versa. Age really doesn't matter with this person because this person is so goal-oriented and knows what they want. It's very hard for them to connect to people who are in their wavelength because they're so far ahead. And again, yeah, this person's very intuitive. They can have spiritual gifts, but I don't know if they act on their spiritual gifts just because, like, this person probably has like weird dreams and stuff, but in their sun form, like who they are during the day, they're just like, go, go, go. They probably work out a lot or care a lot about the physical. They're a health nut. This person eats probably really well. And again, they just care about their appearance. But they're so sweet. That's what I'm saying. Like, this person is a tough cookie. Like, if I had a theme for this pile, they are a tough cookie. But let me tell you something, they're the sweetest person that you'll ever be with. They will be one of the best mothers or fathers that you ever come into contact with, just because they love so hard and they love so passionately and so deep, and you want this person on your team to champion for you, okay? This person is probably loud. I'm imagining that they probably have a super big laugh. They're probably a little loud. And that's why I said this person is just misunderstood. But once you really see how beautiful this person is and their desire for just a better world, it's honestly breathtaking. So yeah, that's what I got for the personality of this person. I'm imagining, like, if you're watching this, I'm imagining that you are either very quiet, like you're probably like a very quiet person, or you're this exact same way. And if you are the exact same way, guys, you guys are going to have parties, you guys are going to travel, you guys are going to do everything else. And if you're more quiet, then this person is going to be able to help you find your own voice, and they will speak up for you. You know, like, you could very much be somebody who you admire this person and the tenacity that they had because they've just overcome so much, you know. And again, I got from the last pile, from pile number 1, their person overcome so much. Your person has too. And that is why they're so strong, because they can't afford to be weak. And so when it comes to people that they care about, they will rally for you. So if you're one of the quiet people, like you're more of a, like, you're scared about this, you're like, oh my God, this person is too much. They are too much. Yes, they are. But they want to make you better. They want to push you. They want to drive you. They want to get you to speak up for yourself. They think that you have a voice, you should use it. And that is like their biggest contribution to this earth, okay? So that is what I got. Very masculine energy, even if it's from a female. You know, they just, that's just what it is. All right, so we are going to look now into the, I can't remember which way I did it first. Oh yeah, we're going to look into the highlights of this person. When I say highlights, this is just like some of their higher vibrations, and then we'll look into the low lights. All right, so we have the 5 of Pentacles. Yep, strength. The 4 of Swords. The Page of Swords, the King of Cups, the World card, and the 8, and the 10 of Swords. I don't know why I said it. This person has overcome maybe even homelessness, all right, at some point in time. This person has really learned how to just be by themselves and sit by themselves. Like, this person is the opposite of needy. I just got like a really sweet energy too, where this person is so used to kind of being on their own and being kind of misunderstood that they've really gotten comfortable in their own energy. And sometimes they can be too much. They can come off so strong to begin with. But they're so sweet. And we have the King of Cups here, but they've just spent a lot of time in isolation probably, and the 4 of Swords. And they've overcome a lot of their issues. But I'm imagining that this person probably in their childhood, if they had like a good childhood, 2-parent household, all that other stuff, they were really happy, right? They were really, really happy with what they were able to accomplish. But, you know, they might have stuttered or talked weird when they were younger. But when they were a kid, they got bullied. They didn't have a lot of friends when they were younger. This person just hasn't had a lot of friends. And they've replaced friendship with like work and passions and activities. This person's pretty patient. I was gonna say they're patient, but like they're not patient, but they will wait, if that makes sense. Like with this 4 of Swords and the Page of Swords, if you're like one of those people, like they're not gonna give up on you, if that makes sense. Like even if like they come off too strong and you're like, I am not into it, they're not gonna give up on you. They'll be like, I will wait. I'll wait until you come around and see how great I am. Nobody understands how great I am. I will wait. But the biggest triumph about this person is just like their ability to love. The King of Cups, if this came out in a different part of the reading, then I would say something else. They're very guarded about their feelings. They could be isolated again, but once they truly open up, they're so giving. They're artistic. This person's creative, but this person also knows that they're a lot too, and they will give you space. They are okay giving you space. This is one of those relationships, when this might sound weird, where like you guys might not have to live in the same house, but you are still together. I know that sounds weird, but this person is unconventional or travels a lot with the World card here. And so you can trust, like when you guys are apart, that you're still very strong. But I'm imagining that this person is like, when they come in, it's like it's like a fire. You're like, oh my gosh. And then they'll probably leave for work or whatever it is. But when they do come, they are so attentive and give you so much energy and so much effort to the relationship that you are so overfilled and overjoyed with love. All right. But again, to end it on this 10 of Swords, they've just had to overcome a lot of trials and tribulations, particularly financial situations. They probably did not grow up with a whole lot of money. If they've come into, but they've worked hard. Again, they've worked hard to get what they have. They're not lazy at all. This person, if they have an idea, they go towards it, period. They're not going to be stopped by anything or anyone. Do you hear me? And that's a beautiful thing. But yeah, I would say this person has had to overcome isolation. A lot of periods of isolation. This person could have even been like abandoned as a child, or even have adoption or been adopted, or just had to be, I'm imagining like if this person was in school, they had, because they were so much energy and nobody knew what to do with them, they probably had to be taken out into another class. Like this person just had to be in isolation a lot for whatever reason. Could be because of health reasons, just different things that have played into why this person has had to develop such a sense of self. And it also could be the opposite, where they come from an extremely big family, and you know, like people with like 5, 6, 7, 8 siblings, you know, and I even heard teens for some of you guys. They just had to, there were so much that they were isolated within that, and they had to get attention the way that they got attention, and they got attention by like being loud and yelling over everyone. And so that's just given them like, they're just loud. All right, so here we're looking at the low lights. Okay, so we have the High Priestess, the 4 of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Strength card. Oh my gosh, if this person is not a Leo, I do not know what to do. Okay, if they don't have Leo, Rising Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, I don't know what to do. Mother of Wands, the Lovers, the Lovers, the 7 of Swords, and the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. So we're getting this as the highlight and the low light. And with this right here, this person might be this person might be in some sort of commitment already. And that's probably why I got, you might not live with this person. Yeah, you might not be able to live with this person because they might be living with somebody else. You dig? Especially with the Lovers and the 7 of Swords. There's something secretive about this connection. But I don't. Okay, so how do I word this? this just might be the next person that you're dealing with. This might not be the person that you marry or whatever. We'll have to see. Keep looking at the cards. But this person does have a lot of love and foundation. But I'm imagining that this person is probably married and they're in the middle of a separation. They're in the middle of a divorce. They're trying to move over. Just know that they have love for you. It's not about the love for you. They're just caught up in another situation with a Mother of Wands. So probably a Pisces. I just heard Pisces. But probably a Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. Somebody who's just as strong-willed as they are, and they've just, like, clashed, okay? And because of that, this person, I'm getting that it's more so the other person's energy has not let them go. Like, they're like, I'm not going to give you a divorce because, no, because I don't want you to get divorced. I don't want you to be happy. And so, yeah, they carry this burden along with them. Or they had to get married to somebody for, like, a green card or something like that. And, like, you know, it just never, they're not really in love with this person, but they can't get divorced. There's just something a little off about the relationship. And like I said, I feel like this person is a little in and out of your life. I don't see it being like a, at least for 2020, I don't see it being like a, and we're moving in together, because this person is dealing with obligations elsewhere. And I also heard too, and people are going to chew me out in the comment section, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it. This person is probably capable of loving and having love for multiple people at one time. And that is okay. Like, we're taught about monogamy and all the other stuff. Not saying this person is polyamorous, but they're just capable of loving someone. Like, if the person that they're dealing with is Mother of Wands, they love them because this person is freaking obnoxious and is all over the point. But they're tired of it, you know, they've thrown up. They love you, like I said, if you're more the quiet type, because you're quiet. They can appreciate different things in different people. And so because of that, they try not to bring different relationships together, just because they're just like, you're this, like, you're that, and I love you for this. You're not that, what this person is, but I love them because they're not that, you know? And so they don't have a specific type. And with all the Sagittarius, Leo, all that fire energy, that makes sense to me. So just be prepared that this person might not be the most committal person on the planet, but I do sense that this person is allows you to have your freedoms too. So this is one of those relationships where it might not be one of those, like, where you end up marrying this person, because this person, again, I feel is already married. Now, whether it's an active marriage or not, you'll have to let me know, but this person does have commitments elsewhere. But this will be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. You could even just travel and take trips with this. I just heard, and I'm sorry, guys, this could honestly be like, if you've been looking for like a sugar daddy or like a sugar mama, or just somebody who's able to like put money in your account because I want to spend quality time with you. You know what I'm saying? This could be that too. And that's why they're so big about appearances, and that's why they're so big about keeping up with everything. And they gift you, like, they gift you money, they gift you things, but I feel like they want this relationship to be kept secret because there's another party, there's another factor in this relationship. And I genuinely feel like it's probably some sort of marriage that they're not happy in anymore. It's not even about that. They might have kids and stuff with this person, and that's why they're there. And so, yeah, so this person's going to be pretty in and out, but you'll be able to keep your freedom too. You know, that's the plus side of this. But they do want to keep this relationship under wraps for a while. So you'll just have to let me know how this resonates in 2020. I mean, we're not done yet because we're going to get into the looks of the situation. But yeah, this person is very like big energy, big energy, all this other stuff. And like, yeah, I just see and they might come from a culture too, excuse me, where they can have multiple wives. It's another culture. It's just not very American, right? But I'm not speaking to just Americans. So they could be in a culture where they have multiple wives. But I do want to stress that the energy is there. The love is there. You know, this is just the darker side of the energy, okay? All right, so let's get into what this person could possibly look like. I'm seeing that you could probably meet this person. Yeah, I'm seeing that you could probably meet this person through through like a networking online with the Three of Cups here, through another friend. Like, you could be introduced to this person by another friend. Look wise, I am getting this person has a very mature look to them. They probably look how do I word this? It's not that they look older than what they are, but they are aged, okay, with the Hermit here. So they probably have wrinkles and lines. This person, again, there's a significant age difference here, okay? I am getting that. That's why I'm like, this is more so fitting into that if you've been looking for, you know, a sugar pappy or whatever. But I am getting this person probably looks older than you do, or you look significantly older than this person. But this person probably has very defined wrinkles. Oh, I just got salt and pepper hair. Man or woman, that they have gone gray in places too, but it looks really good on them. Like it's sexy. They're sexy. Trying to see, yeah, 4 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. This person probably is on the darker end of the spectrum, and again, does not have to mean black, does not have to mean Hispanic or whatever. It can just mean that they're olive tone. This person is not pasty pale. They tan. They tan, okay? And this person does, I do get that they enjoy sunlight and they enjoy tanning because they just enjoy looking good. For real. For real. Let's see what else I can get. I'm also being drawn to Scorpio, so Scorpionic energy and Cancer energy. So a lot of Cancer, so this person could have a softer mid region, like they could be a little bigger. I'm also getting that too. They have a hearty laugh. But regardless, this person's very intense. Their eyes are very intense. They're very engaged when they speak to people. They look you in your eye. They're not afraid to look somebody in their eye. Could make other people uncomfortable. But yeah, probably a soft midsection. Very mature lines. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I see anything else. I'm not seeing anything significant about the hair. If they do have hair, if it's a feminine energy, then it's very like wavy. But if it's a man, then they just keep it. They just keep the same hairstyle all the time. They don't switch it up. They know what looks good and they know what doesn't. And again, with the Virgo energy and again being drawn to the Hermit, they're very like specific on how they look. They do not try to experiment. They like what they like. Okay. Oh my gosh, awesome. That's why I said owl. I forgot the owl. Look, and the wisdom, sage, and all the other stuff. Owl. Okay. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. That's what I'm saying. This person is, there's a significant age difference with this person. And they're very wise beyond their years, and they kind of have like this omnipresence, knowledge where they can just see into things, look into things very easily. Okay. And here we got freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Freedom. That's what I said. There's a lot of freedom with this in this relationship because it really might be transactional. Okay. And you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So don't get so tied. If you meet this person and like they are, and again, I'm not saying that this is going to be the person that you're with forever, but do not take it as a discouragement if this person is engaged in another relationship, because I don't really believe that they're happy in the relationship that they're in. It's just an obligation that they are in already. Okay. And so they are going to make it a point to, when they do spend time with you, it is going to be a very, very loving and caring time. Okay. But just understand that like that's just the way the cookie crumbled in this realm. There's nothing that you did. I don't think that you woke up and you're just like, I'm gonna be a mistress. I don't think that that's the case at all. I just think that that's just how the cookie crumbled, because that's where this person is. And regardless, through the turmoil, a blessing will come. And it could be that you don't stick around with this at all. You enjoy it for a while it's here, and then you leave with the freedom card. You have the freedom to do what you want. This person is just a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. They're very active and they want to do things with you, and you want to do things with them. This is the type of person to hit you up when you're bored and be like, yo, what's up? What are you doing? I have some free time. Like, we should go to, I have a business trip. We should go on this business trip. So it's really that type of energy. But again, it's going to be a little bit inconsistent, but that's just how it's happened. Okay. So here we have finances and career, romantic feelings, honeymoon, and wedding. I love it. I love it. I love this. So I just got a really specific thing too, where like they might be able to keep your secret. This person is really like, they might be at the top of their career, married, and then they meet you and they'd have to give all of it up. And they do, they will eventually to give all of it up to be with you. This is crazy, but I'm just reading what I see. Because this person really might be your boss. Again, I'm just getting such a higher up, especially with this owl here, the hermit coming out. Like this might be somebody that like you have romantic feelings for, that you don't want to, that it's inconvenient, you know. But this card just confirms that it's nothing that either of you did. That's just the way that the cookie crumbled this round. But look at this honeymoon. Like I said, there's traveling here. This person wants to whisk you away. Like that, anytime that they get an opportunity to take you away, they want to take you away. They couldn't imagine being in Spain and Italy with anyone else. This person could be Italian, Southern European of some sort, but they really want to spend time with you and travel. Again, traveling is so important to this person, expanding their mind and all the other stuff. And I do see a potential for marriage, or just marriage playing a part in this in general, like they're already married. But again, whenever they spend time with you, it's you. It's you, it's all you. You're like their breath of fresh air. You are their Tinkerbell. Like whenever they're around you, you're just such a relief to their everyday life that they just cannot help but shower you in gifts. And all this other stuff. So really interesting read, group 2. You'll have to let me know if this resonates, and if it doesn't resonate, you'll have to let me know, you know, later in this year to see if it ends up resonating. But pretty interesting. Again, no judgment from me, no judgment at all from any direction. This is just a really specific kind of read. But yeah, I mean, enjoy it. I do feel like if you can enjoy it, and it's not like, you know, compromising who you are morally and integrally and all that other stuff, then have fun. This person certainly is. This person certainly is. And I'll say this too about this person. With all that fire energy, they're going to find somebody to shower like that. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not opposed. They're unhappy in their relationship. They're unhappy in what they got going on. So if you're not the one that they're spoiling, they will spoil somebody. So if you opt out of it, then that's fine too. Somebody else will be willing to take that cake. And I just want to say that just because, like, this person doesn't have a problem with it. So if you're like, I don't want to be a homewrecker, they're like, wreck it, Ralph. Because they're not satisfied in the relationship at all. Okay, so that is what I got. Here we are at 11. Woo! For group number 3. So this is if you got to pick group number 3. Thank you so much for joining us. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out the description box below and information on how to book a personal reading with me, and follow me on Instagram if that interests you guys. So I just wanted to do a 2020 single spread. I want to see what's going on. I've been single dingle for a minute, so I was just trying to see what's happening, you know what I'm saying? I do want to say this is a general reading. Please do not get tied to signs. Don't get tied to looks. Don't get tied to these things. This is really for fun. It's for entertainment purposes. If it matches up, great. Let me know in the comment section. If it doesn't, then I don't know what you're going to do with that information. But let's get into it. So we're going to start off with the personality of this person, all right? So here we go. Fire, Gemini, Libra, a lot of air, Uranus, Sun, Capricorn, Earth, and Jupiter. This person is kind of similar to the energy in group number 2. I really appreciate how diverse these people are that have come through this reading. And number 3, you're right. You're right on the money. Okay, so let me look at this. So very air dominant, Gemini, Libra. So great communicator. This person is probably very attractive. Or they care very much about their looks. If they're not naturally attractive, then they maxed out whatever they have, whatever they have going on. We have Uranus here, which applies Aquarius. So very free thinker. This person is extremely logical, extremely logical. In fact, they don't have a single ounce of water here, okay? So this person is not the most intuitive, not the most emotional person. They don't like emotions. It makes them uncomfortable. it genuinely makes them uncomfortable. So perhaps you're an air sign too, and that's why you can kind of vibe, because this person is not the lovey-dovey Mick, you know, oh my gosh, I just want to be with you. But that being said, does not stop them from being passionate and trying to get up in them guts and trying to get up in that business with this fire energy here. So even though that they are extremely logical and kind of cold, they might even have like a cold, they might run cold, like when you touch them, they're cold, they could be anemic even. But this person, they have a lot of passion. They have a lot of passion. They have a lot of drive. They have a high sex drive, and they want to get in that business. Okay, they do. They do. They do. They're just not romantic. They're not the most romantic person on the planet. All right, and we even have Capricorn and Earth here, which shows that this person is very grounded, very mature. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. This person just views emotions as just unnecessary. That's come up a couple times. Like this, the masculine in this situation just is just kind of like, look, there's no point in crying over spilled milk. Just suck it up. This is a suck it up type individual. So if you yourself are a very like watery type person, you know, and you're like very much, oh, the feelings and I am sad and all this, the person's gonna be like, look, you got to keep getting up. You know, if they knock you down 9, you got to get up 10. And they're a grounding force for you, you know. And again, if you're not the emotional person, then you guys are just similar. You don't have to worry about it. Like, you guys could very much just sit in front of the TV, not talk, and be very happy and satisfied. They don't have to have their arm around you. I'm not necessarily getting that this person is super... Okay, this is coming through 2 ways. So I'm not getting that this person is super touchy-feely. Like, they're not the type to hold your hand in public. Like, they just don't. They're very cold when it comes to that type of stuff, but they're extremely sensual. So when they do want to initiate, you know, a little rendezvous, when they want to get in that thing, they're very much like touchy-feely. And I have a feeling like when this person drinks, specifically when they drink, they turn into another individual. They turn into a beast. It kind of like unleashes all of them, okay? But yeah, I'm getting Sun here. This person very much cares about appearances, especially with Capricorn. They care about status. They do not like to be embarrassed. And I think emotions embarrass them. Like they're the type of person to, like, when you compliment them, they blush. Like, they're just like, I don't know what to do. You're like, baby, you look so good. They're like, This person, it's funny because this person works very hard, but they don't like receiving compliments. And if they were the type to like win an award or like have like some sort of thing to them, they would like, and people are clapping for them and they get this round of applause, which they could, because I think that they're very successful with Jupiter here too. Probably in philanthropy of some sort. If they were to receive some type of award or recognition, they would just be so like, oh my God, I don't know what to do in that moment. But then they wouldn't shut up about it, you know, for the next year. They'd be like, you know, I'm a such and such and such and such. You know, I am this. And you're like, man, when we were up there, you couldn't even get 2 sentences together. You didn't even make it through your speech, you know. Yeah. So that's a very cute thing about this person, is like they're very humble, but at the same time, they do appreciate being recognized. But being the center of attention makes them very uncomfortable. They're not in it for that. Gemini, Libra, this person is able to have many faces. They're very mutable as far as like when they get into energies, they will adapt to a room. That's not to say that they're fake. That's not to say that they are, you know, two-faced or any of those things. This person just likes to kind of fit into the mold. So there'll be people around who know them for totally different reasons. Like, some people know them because they're such a hard worker. Like, the people at work know them for a completely different reason than the people who are like they consider to be their friends. But the one thing that is consistent with this person is their sense of humor. With the Jupiter here, I'm imagining that this person is pretty funny, and they're really quick-witted. And so that is one of their things that like everybody universally knows them. But depending on where you are, they do not believe that business and pleasure should mix. They're like, you're my business friend, you're my acquaintance. They're the type of person to correct you. You'll be like, oh, so you're with your friends? They're like, no, acquaintance. We're acquaintance. That's not my friend. I don't know them. So they're like one of those. But when it comes to like their friendships and all the other stuff, they have a lot of friends in a lot of places. They're just very much known around, okay? They have a few people that they've known since childhood, but for the most part, they're up, around, and about. So we have the Uranus and the Sun card. So this person is very different, okay? Sun can be Leo energy, It can also be like a big energy, but this person likes to think a little outside the box. They don't like to follow the mold. This person, because they're such a master communicator, I do picture that this person likes to challenge the status quo, whether they mean it or not. You know, like this person is the type to just disagree just for the sake to make somebody prove their point. So long story short, they like to debate. And this person likes to also have the last word. Sorry. Sorry if you're another person who likes to have the last word. This person will keep going. And again, because they're so quick-witted and kind of like genius level with this Uranus here, it's very hard to beat them in the logic department because they are not swayed by emotions. Like, you are not gonna get this person on no type of ethos. This is a pathos, logos person only. If you want to prove a point, you might as well, if they hurt your feelings, you need to bring out a PowerPoint and be like, so at approximately 8 o'clock, you know, this person, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, this person could easily be on the spectrum somewhere as far as like, because they're so detached from their emotions, like they could possess some level of Asperger's or just something. I don't think that it's anything that hinders this person from like expanding or doing, but they just have like little isms. I imagine this person could even be OCD. They might have like some anxiety tics, and so like when it comes to like emoting to this person, if you are emotional, you just have to be very logical in how you present it, and then they'll be like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying, how can I fix it? You know, you have to present a solution to this person. This is not one that you're going to sit and cry in front of and expect something different. So if you are Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio watching this and this resonates with you, listen here. Do not cry in front of this person and expect something to change. They'll watch you cry. They'll be like, so what do you want me to do? Like, I can't fix it myself. Now, where this person comes in, I know I'm probably making this person sound like an asshole. They're not. They're just very much, what do you want me to do about it? How can I fix it? They're very much, if they had love languages, it would be in actions. So this is the type of person to mow your lawn to show that they love you, opposed to going all out for Valentine's Day. This person probably doesn't believe in Valentine's Day. This person's like, Valentine's Day is a waste of money. It's a scam. They did it because of blah, 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 blah. And you'll be like, okay. But on Valentine's Day, they'll clean the whole house. And you're just like, okay, so you don't believe in Valentine's Day? Or they'll just be like, oh, I just happened to see this, but I don't believe in Valentine's Day. Like, they're one of those. And they're extremely opinionated. Okay, I do see that this person could, regardless of all this, they could have some attachment issues with this Libra Jupiter here, and it comes from, it's a mixture of both. Like, they constantly need somebody in their life, but yet they have a fear of commitment, because with all this air energy, they do like their own freedom. Okay, so I'll have to look at the rest of the cards to see if this is somebody that you're met with. But again, either this energy vibrates with you or it doesn't. So this could be some next hot fling that you get going, or this could be something more long term. It just depends on what you're looking for. But this person really admires their own freedom. Okay, and because of that, they could have had some issues in the past with cheating and just not committing to situations. So I'm getting a very like airy person. But with the Capricorn Earth energy and the Sun, they age like wine. So this person, if they're in a commitment phase, they're older. If you meet this person and they're in their 20s, early 30s, they're not ready to commit. So it depends where you are. But if you're meeting this person and they're kind of in their late 30s, early 40s, then they're really looking to settle down somewhere with this Capricorn energy. Capricorns wait really for the right time and the right one to make sure that they're good. Like, they have to have their money in check. They have to have their resources in check before they would even begin committing to someone else. And because this person is so attractive, and because they have such a great personality and they like different things and travel and worldly and all this other stuff, and they're great communicators, it's not hard for this person to get people kind of under their spell. And like I said, with fire, they have a lot of sex drive. They're very much into like getting down and dirty. So, but it doesn't have to come from the same person over and over again. So that's probably something what this person has dealt with in the past. So I'm getting like, with this personality type, this person might not be the most committal person on the planet, but we'll have to look at the rest of the cards and see what that has to do with you. All right. So I pulled an animal deck, and I'm just going to pull it, and it says personal choice. Close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? And embrace these qualities. I love this because it goes straight with Uranus. This person is just like, listen, you're not going to tell me what type of animal I am. I get to pick what animal I am. This person is just like, they just do what they want when they want to do it. But I just got, like, they do this, but they like you, if that makes sense. So even if they're involved with other people, you're like the number one person. Like, they like you have something that they really like and that they want to ground. So it might just take some time. So for this row right now, I'm really picturing that this is probably going to start with something very fun. I don't think that this is going to be super long term, just because I don't think that this person is super long term. Now, depending on where they are in their journey, they could evolve. This relationship has mad potential to evolve. Mad potential to evolve. But as far as it starts off, it's not going to be anything super serious, because this person is not super serious. Okay, so let's look into the highlights of this person. And by highlights, I mean these are some of the positive qualities that they have. And then we're going to look into the low lights of this person, which is more the low vibration frequencies. All right, so we have the Three of Pentacles, the Empress, the Justice card. There we go with Libra. So this person is very fair. Again, it's because they're so logical. The Lovers, Gemini. Oh my gosh. The Three of Cups, the King of Pentacles, Capricorn. Oh my gosh, it's just backing it up. The Knight of Wands. There we go. The King of Wands with that fire. The Six of Swords and the High Priestess. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. So the same card just pretty much came out. This person's very social with the Three of Cups here. And like I said, like you just, I really see that this is like a friend. I really get that this is a friend. That the relationship has the potential to evolve if you want it that way. The cool thing about this person is like they're fair. This person has so much integrity. They're not a liar. Like they're going to tell you what it is that they what it is that they want and what it is that they think. They'll even tell you that they're in relationships with other people. This shouldn't be any type of, you know, this shouldn't be anything crazy. Like, you won't be surprised that this person is this way, because they're going to tell you. They're honest. They're very honest. And honestly, this person, and this was same thing in kind of group 2, a little different, but the same thing. This person really might be more on the polyamorous side opposed to the monogamous side, just because they don't like anything getting stale. But at the same time, they crave stability with the King of Pentacles here. This is such an interesting, the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. They like stability and providing for a lot of people, but at the same time, they don't want to be tied down by anyone. So this is, again, a person who will give you gifts, spoil you, take you out to dinner, and take you out to thing. But if you want a title, the moment that you mention a title, they're going to be like, no. And it's just because, like, they like having their options open, especially with the Three of Pentacles here and the Three of Cups. I don't really think, I know that this sounds weird, but I don't think that this is a third party situation in the traditional sense. I just think that this is like a group type thing. Like, not saying that you're going to be in group sex or whatever. This person is just like, listen, like, hey, I like you. I want to spend time with you. I don't necessarily believe in any type of like long-term commitment. I think that that's an old way of thinking, right? I would prefer to have my freedom, and you can have your freedom too, you know, but when we get together, I really want us to spend time together. It's so interesting that these readings have come through this way, because I was just like, this is some definitely Age of Aquarius shizness, which is dawning in 2020, where people are just being more open to open relationships, you know. It could even be that, like, this is just an open relationship. But it's stable and the loyalty's there. Like, this person isn't going anywhere with the King of Cups. Like, it's not like they're in there, out there. It's not like they're the hit it and quit it type. They're always going to come back around, but they just entertain other people, all right? The Empress. And I imagine that this person, oh my gosh, this is, I'm just saying it. I hope that I don't get ripped a new booty hole in the comment section, because I'm just trying to be honest and fair. But this person could believe in like having kids with like multiple people, or they already have children. They're one of like expanding the seed, if that makes sense. So you can take that as you will. So I wouldn't be surprised if this person has other children. But the thing is, because this person is so fair and does not deal with a whole bunch of rigmarole, I'm telling you, it's not a whole bunch of baby mama drama, because everybody knows like where they stand. Like, this person or she, you know, it doesn't even matter. This person, because the Empress is here too, so it could very easily be a female. Like, this person is so sure and secure in who they are and what they want, that they're like, look, you can either be a part of it or not. Like, it's not going to hurt me either way. You know, I understand that I have an unconventional way of living, Uranus. I understand that I have a different way of living and a different way of thinking. I don't want to force my beliefs on you. Personal choice. I don't want to force my beliefs on you. But here's what I'm offering. And if you take it, I promise that you'll be well taken care of, and I will support you. In fact, this person could honestly be somebody of some sort of stature and have like, you know, be like a celebrity of some sort where like their job just causes for them to travel a lot. And they do have some sort of soul tie connection here. That's why I'm like, you're probably listening to me and you're like, A-D. I rebuke this in the name of in the name of whoever just jumped into those cards. Like, I will pick another pile. There's just such a sensuality and a connection here with the High Priestess and the Lovers card here that it's gonna be a lot easier it's gonna be a lot harder to say no than you're thinking it is right now. But this person does travel a lot, and they probably want you to travel with them, but I'm imagining that their business might cause for a lot of attention, and they just have a lot of power. And let me tell you something, you can take this or leave this, but hun bun, let's talk about it. Pile number 3, let's talk about it. This person can afford the lifestyle. Do you understand me? This is not a broke that we're dealing with. This person can afford to have multiple lovers, and they can afford to treat the women that they collect, or the men that they collect, you know. I say collect, that's probably sounds bad, but like that's not what I mean. It's just like they like different people for different things, and they're okay with that, and they're just like, if you're okay with it and you're down, I will give you the world, like, you know. And again, they can afford you. But this person is very honest with the Justice card here. They're just so honest and so upfront about the situation. Like, you're not going to be caught off guard by this at all. This is how they come in with their proposition. They're just like, look, this is the situation. And particularly if you end up having a child with this person, they're so attentive to their children. Like, this person could literally have like 16, 17 kids, and they care about every single one of them. Like, I literally just Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. He has like 16 kids. Like, and it's not only their kids, it's just like kids. Like, if you even have kids already, they'll adopt your kids, or, you know, take in your kids and treat their kids like they're their own. They just believe that like being big and expansive is the most important things, and providing fertile soil. Like, I just heard fertile soil with Earth and Capricorn. Like, they just they just have like this new vision. They're like, we're moving towards a new world order, and they think that their schlong or ovaries are kind of like the oasis to this new beginning. But the connection is super strong. The connection is super strong, but I would not be surprised if this person is some sort of socialite, celebrity, or has some sort of image that they have to uphold, okay? But they're successful. They are successful. All right, so now we're going to look at the underbelly, so the kind of low light. So we have Mother of Swords, Son of Cups, yep, Daughter of Cups, the Star, the Six of Pentacles, wow, the Father of Cups, oof, Ace of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Father of Pentacles, Lord, Death, this is the most, the Empress, and a lot of them are repeats, and the Hierophant. Okay, this could have to deal with this person's religion, the way that they were brought up, okay, with the Father of Pentacles and the Hierophant, or like their relationship with their father. Again, women is just going to be the underbelly of this person, or feminine energies, okay? If it's a woman, then they have issues with their femininity, if that makes sense, and so they like seek it in multiple places, which is why they desire freedom so much, because they need constant approval. But if they're a man in this energy, then they just love women, and they can't pick one for shit, and they don't want to. They don't think that they should have to. This person's very strong and very stubborn, okay? Again, I'm getting a lot of Capricorn energy, and they're very in Taurus energy. They're not flexible when it comes to how they view life. Like, this is a personal choice. Again, either you're on it or you're off it. You're not going to convince this person to do anything different, all right? You're just not. There's love here, again, but they don't. This person with the Death card and the Father of Cups, they could have Scorpio in their chart, which implies that they've had to overcome quite a bit of transformation. They could be kind of isolated in their feelings. Like, this person is so much of a doer that they don't really, and again, this is coming up in the underbelly. They have all of the feeling cards in the low vibration. This person does not deal with feelings well. Mother Swords. They don't deal with feelings well. I really don't know how else to put it. They put their feelings into their work. And I always feel like, there's always going to be some sense of like mystery behind this person, where like you really don't know, like you know where you stand, but you don't know like how far this is going to go or whatever. But you do see that it's even give and take, but it might not be in the way that you think, you know. So this is really just going to boil down to what you want, because I do think that this person is willing to give. They're willing to provide. This is the type of person who will provide a house for you. They'll pay for your house. They'll pay for everything, but you might not see them all the time, because they might be juggling other women. They might be juggling all their work. They just don't like to stay put, and they don't believe in like super emotional connections, even though they believe in spiritual connections, if that makes sense. So they're spiritually connected to you, but they don't feel like emotions are huge, should play a part. They're just like, I can feel anything at any time. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. So the Mother of Swords to the Father of Cups. Yeah. So if you're dealing with a feminine energy, they're very cold. They're cold. They don't. In fact, I would even go as far to say, if you're dealing with the feminine energy, they might not even have kids or want kids. They might not even like kids. But if you're dealing with the masculine energy, they love kids. They're all over kids all the time. But if you're dealing with the feminine energy, they are not your typical feminine. Like they are not very warm. They just don't get into their emotions. Like I don't know what else to say. The Ace of Swords, they're just so logical. They're so logical that sometimes it really does hurt. Sometimes it really does cause issues. And in that case, I would say, you know, when this person, when you've had enough and you're crying in front of them and they're just looking at you like blinking, you know, you have every right to walk away from the situation, and that'll probably get this person to shift perspective. But it takes such a long time because they're so stubborn and they're so used to being a high up. Like they're not used to being challenged, if that makes sense. Like there's such a dominant energy, and they're used to getting what they want, that when they're challenged in certain ways, they just stick to their guns. Okay. And again, because they're so fair, they don't have a lot of flexibility in the way that they bend. Like I said, this person might be on the spectrum somewhere, just because they believe what they believe and they're believing that. And that is point blank, period. They do not shift. They do not shift. Okay. But they're very giving. I was like, I just ripped this person a new a-hole, but like this person's very giving. They're very generous in what they do have. They just don't like being told what to do, period. Like, and they won't, and they'll leave you. They will leave you. Like if you catch feelings or you don't understand your place in this sounds so horrible, and I hope that it doesn't. I hope that whoever this vibrates with, you kind of get what I'm saying. But like, they will be like, if you don't understand how this is supposed to work and you start acting all type of crazy, then I'll cut you out. But they're like that with everyone, because the moment that somebody comes and jacks up the flow, then it throws everything. Like if they have a baby mama who decides to be crazy or whatever, then they're like, look, we can't, you're messing up my ebb and flow. So they very much ask people like, are you willing to sign on to this? Is this what you want? You know, can you handle this? Because I'm not going to stick around. If, you know, I'm not going to force you into anything that you don't want to do. But I'm also not going to coddle you. Yikes. So now let's look into what some possible looks for this person. So we have the Ten of Wands, the Foolish Man, the Princess of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Cups, which we've had come up quite a few times in every deck, and the Eight of Swords. So you have the King of Cups come up in every deck. So could easily be a Scorpio, guys. With a lot of air placements. Like a Scorpio with pretty much all air. Really interesting. Let's see. This person could have longer hair. Again, I'm getting darker tones. I haven't gotten any light. I haven't gotten any pale people. Sorry, pale people, but excuse me. This person probably much is a darker tone. I just heard specifically African, and it might be cultural. This person it might be a cultural thing why this person is this way. And that's no shade to Africans. That probably sounded like, I'm like, oh, Africans. Please don't take it in that way. But this could be a cultural thing as to why this person believes in multiple wives and all the other stuff. And I had to say that into the second pile too. Like everything is just open. We're going into the age of Aquarius, so everything's open. Everything's different. People are looking at things from different perspectives. So this could be asking you to look from a different perspective, but it really could boil down to a cultural thing, specifically if this person's from Africa or just like one of them countries over there, not America. But I am getting this person has deeper tones. Very mature looking, very pronounced eyes. Like their eyes, like they either have really big doe eyes, or just like they just have a really pretty, interesting color eyes. Like that's probably like the first thing you'll notice about this person. If they're a woman, they have full breast. And if they are a man, they're working with the goods, and that might be the issue too. That might be why it's so difficult, because we have the Ten of Wands here, and I can't help but notice these two rods, these two erect rods, mind you, that are kind of sticking up out the ground. And so I think that they're very talented in what they do, and that's kind of why they have like this slew of people who's following behind them, because they're very good at what they do. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that. The Eight of Swords. They could have some significant scars. And honestly, and I'm getting specifically, if you're dealing with somebody specifically from Africa, it's probably from some scarification process. Just because I'm seeing Saturn and Gemini here, so that to me implies that it could have to do with some social standing, if that makes sense. Or they could have tattoos and stuff, and probably some tattoos are going to be significant from like a sorority or something. Like if they were branded, like this person could have been branded. Just because I imagine that there's some cultural significance to the tattoos or branding that they have, or the scarification that they have. This person might have some issues with their leg, or they had childhood issues with their leg where they were in a brace, or they could have been in a wheelchair at some point in time, or just have difficulty walking. At other times, specifically in their older age, or they could have been in an accident. They could have been in a car accident too, that left them with some issues as far as moving. Do I see anything else? This person could be, yeah, they're hairy. This person's hairy. This person has a lot of hair. Like they have to, if they have to get haircuts, if they keep their hair short, they have to get it cut like at least every other week. And if they keep their hair long, then it's like, then it just grows so quickly. They might have dreads too, I'm getting. Something's telling me for some of you guys, this person might be shorter than what you're normally used to dating. Not for all of you, but for some of you, if you're particularly tall, then this person is not going to answer that question for you. They're going to be shorter than what you're a little used to dealing with. But yeah, they have some, that's what I'm saying. Like they have some hidden features about them that are ideal. Like I said, like if it's a woman, it's a breast. Like it's not on display all the time, but like when it is on display, you're like, ugh. And like if it's a man, then you know they're swinging and banging, you know what I'm saying? So their most attractive quality about this person is something that is under the clothes, is kind of what I have to say. And let me tell you something, when you see it, you're like, oh, I'm in love. You're like, damn it, AD, here we are. So yeah, so that's what I got for you. Now we're looking at the oracle cards, and then we will be done. So we have, the past is now behind you. Release and embrace new possibilities. A path is now available for you. Follow it with faith. I like this. Release and embrace new possibilities. That's why I'm like, this is such a new thing. Like, this is something that you probably never dealt with before. But I promise you, this person might have a lot of other women, a lot of other men, or whatever that it is that they're dealing with. They might be kind of cold or whatever. But trust me, your bank account's never going to be looking so fly. Like, this person's going to be giving. Like, this is the type of person that's just going to give you flowers, you know. They're just so romantic in that way. Like, they believe in that type of stuff. But, again, they're just not. They're just logical about it. So they view love in a logical way. So they'll be like, oh, it's a rainy day, I should send them flowers. Not because they think it'll feel good, but just because that's what they think they should do. you know, I don't know. You can, I don't know. If you're an Aquarius, defend yourself. All right, and so we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. I love it. And we have playfulness. And yeah, that's okay. And I'm being drawn to the foolish man again. Let this relationship unfold. I would say, if I had one piece of advice for this relationship, let it unfold naturally. Have fun with it, because I feel like this person does have a very spiritual connection to you. But because of the way that they've been living their life, you know, because of the way that they view life and like their culture and all the other stuff, they've never really been one to try to settle down. And so keep it light, keep it airy, keep it up and down. You know, this person is going to come around. They're not going anywhere. And there is a possibility that it could lead to some sort of engagement and some sort of official commitment. But like I'm saying, but my biggest thing about this person is, if that's what you want, if that's what you're really gunning for, you cannot tell this person that they need to do it, because that'll be the quickest way to give you the boot. Like, you have to be very creative in how you kind of go about getting this person to like truly commit, just because they just haven't grown up in that type of environment. Like, you're gonna hear them talk about their dad, like even their dad might have like a crazy amount of children, and you're like, oh my gosh. And they're just like, yeah, like, so I want to do the same thing. And you're like, oh my gosh. But in the meantime, just stay cool, just stay down, because there is potential here for elevation, but at least through 2021, maybe even 2022, I don't see it being the most monogamous. Okay, is kind of what I'm getting. And so, yeah, that is what I got for you, pile 3. Really interesting read. I want to see the comments, but I don't want to see the comments, because pile number 2 was crazy too. So I don't know what energies I am tapping into, but let me tell you something. The Age of Aquarius is bringing in some new type of loving that none of us are used to seeing, all right? And so that is what I got for you. Again, please don't forget to check out the description box below. Follow me on Instagram, and thank you so much. Peace. Until next time.